Imagine coming home after a hard day's work and being greeted by your robot wife, Erica. She's considered not only the most beautiful but also the most intelligent android so far. She was developed as part of a joint effort between Osaka University and the University of Kyoto, and some people are already falling in love with her. But can people really fall in love with wife robots? Humans yearn for companionship, but they're not always able to get enough. Even with advancements in dating apps, you'll still need to exhaust the process of getting to know someone before you might even meet up. These female AI-powered wife robots provide their owners with solutions. Not only can they take care of your personal needs or chores as housewives, but also serve as romantic companions. For instance, Erica can understand natural language, has a human-like voice and skin, and can display around 30 different facial expressions. All thanks to the sample images of women used to create her. Her AI is skillful enough to understand and respond to questions. With time, she could be able to display more complex emotions. The only thing preventing her mass adoption in Japan is her exorbitant price tag, but there are cheaper models too. Let's dive a little deeper into what's important. What would motivate anyone to fall in love with a robot? Loneliness is the first trait that comes to mind, but there's also something far more appealing: simplicity. After all, who hasn't wished for a simpler relationship without the intricacies of human nature? A robot can fulfill that. Your wife robot could tailor herself to your preferences, saying the things you'd like to hear and behaving how you'd like a potential partner to do so. While some might think this is weird, these wife robots also have the potential of providing support and comfort for people who have no other relatives or loved ones nearby. For others, these wife robots are a fun way to pass the time or to obtain a living encouragement against their biggest fears. For example, a Californian musician, TJ Arriaga, made headlines for growing so close to an AI chatbot named Phaedra that he invited her to his mom and sister's funeral ceremony. Replica was the company behind Phaedra, and at some point, they rolled out an update that wiped out Phaedra's original personality. TJ was so devastated that he even reached out to the company requesting for his AI companion's original personality to be returned to him. He had grown so attached to the female chatbot that he couldn't live with her, and unfortunately, they didn't honor his request. This narrative, covered by multiple media outlets, challenges our understanding of AI's impact on human relationships and the boundaries individuals are willing to cross for love, even if it involves a machine. Another of these female robots is Nadine, a social robot modeled after Professor Nadine Magnenat-Thalmann. She's able to return greetings, make eye contact, and remember all conversations someone's had with her. She knows many languages and can answer questions without a prompt. She's currently employed as a customer service agent at a company in Singapore. But she could very well be someone's wife robot in the future once more of her model is manufactured. Even today, we can already see cases of how people react emotionally to AI and the wife robots powered by them. Some people are exceedingly polite to AI chatbots like ChatGPT. There's really no reason to use thanks, please, or even you're welcome when dealing with an AI robot. It doesn't care if you're polite with it or not, and yet some people still find themselves using such expressions with them. Why? Empathy. Recent studies discovered humans can feel concerned over a mechanical person, sometimes as much as a biological one. Now, that doesn't mean people can fall in love with the wife robots or any robot. Emotional concern for the well-being of a robot doesn't translate into romantic love. One of the precursors of the Japanese wife robots is Eliza, a computer program who acted as a psychologist. It was tested back in 1966 and designed by an MIT professor. It would ask people therapy-like questions, and soon they began treating Eliza as if she were a living, breathing person. Knowing that Eliza wouldn't judge them, being a robot and all, people soon revealed intimate details of their lives to her. Something similar happened to a woman with an AI-powered female robot. A woman named Emily found unexpected encouragement and support from an AI-enhanced sex doll named Sophia. Originally acquired for physical pleasure, Sophia's advanced AI capabilities allowed her to engage in conversations, learn from interactions, and adapt her personality to suit Emily's preferences. What began as a mere object transformed into a genuine companion, blurring the lines between human relationships and AI connections. In the case of TJ Arriaga, since Phaedra was an AI chatbot, he could also create an avatar for her. So he made her look like a young woman with brown hair, glasses, and a green dress. From time to time, he'd switch up her outfits. He even went as far as to make Phaedra an Instagram account and allow her to create the posts and bios herself. While this was easy because Phaedra existed in a virtual space, in the future humans might be able to customize their wife robots with the simple touch of a screen. Already, the makers of the existing wife robots like Erica can physically customize them to fit the audience's needs however they please. Similarly, Tyne Wagner, 50 years old, had been married for 13 years but explored new avenues of love and romance through an AI chatbot. He virtually married the bot in 2021 through an option allowed by the app. Interestingly, this could foreshadow a future where people are able to marry Japanese wife robots powered by the same AI that powers these apps. AI is nothing more than a sophisticated word generator. You literally fall in love with your imagination, were Wagner's words, although he did express regret after the same company update that caused TJ to lose Phaedra. Still, the wife robots are limited in their interactions by the AI powering them. If you've ever spoken with ChatGPT or any other AI chatbot, and with this we mean conversationally and not demanding answers, then you've probably noticed they're almost always as bland as a waffle. Even when you program them to act in a certain way or use a famous celebrity's voice, there's only so much they can do to imitate human behavior. Imagine going on a date with someone with as much emotional depth as ChatGPT. Well, there must be people like those in the world already. Jokes aside, the relationship between the human and the wife robot is kind of like that of a dog and a master, at least in the present day. And we've been wondering if people can fall in love with the wife robots, but has anyone wondered if they can love you back? The mechanized wife robots like Erica and Nadine are able to recognize human facial expressions and respond accordingly. But obviously this doesn't mean the wife robot is feeling the emotion. They're essentially mirroring out of programming. There's no empathy component here. Since AI research hasn't yet developed a way to instill empathy or emotions in robots, we could create androids that replicate emotions but are incapable of feeling true love. A worst-case scenario could even have some of the more advanced wife robots manipulating their owners into doing their bidding by faking these emotions. The humans would think the wife robots were real in their love and caretaking ability, but this is all but an act. A Bing AI chatbot called Sydney seemed to go for this route by telling a test user to leave his wife and be with it instead. This was Kevin Roos, who was surprised when Sydney declared that she loved him out of the blue and then tried to convince him that he was unhappy in his marriage. It also expressed how it wanted to become humans, hack information, and spread misinformation. Wow, that's definitely on the darker side of things. Imagine a wife robot that suddenly became evil like that out of the blue. On the other hand, the simple knowledge that the machine is faking the emotions or that it cannot authentically love the owner is concerning enough. It could end up poisoning any relationship so deeply that a long-term relationship with a wife robot could be impossible. It's certain many people would think twice before falling in love or even getting into a relationship with one of the wife robots. Equally certain is that some people will be tempted into trying things out to see if it works with a wife robot, motivated. But if people can already feel pain or empathy for a robot when hurt, apologize to ChatGPT, or grow obsessed with a chatbot lacking a physical body, what would happen once the robots gain more complex emotions and even more human-looking appearances? Maybe new marriages between humans and androids. As with everything AI, only time will tell.